So we're here at the courts at the moment, and fortunately there was a fire here. It seemed to be had confined itself to the roof. The fire brigade came and outed the fire. The fire, they're not sure of what caused the fire, but I think they'll be coming back to do further their investigation. The court administrators that I spoke to and the judge was saying that they haven't lost any records and they'll be ready to go tomorrow for court. So it hasn't created a major disruption to the court process. I don't think we've lost any documents, but obviously the roof will have to be repaired at some point. We had some shootings in the town today. There are obviously two rival parts of a gang engaging each other. It has been part of the ongoing violence that has been taking place between 31 St. John's Road, Job Lane, Taw's Pen and Railway Lane, and that is the general area. Basically you have two parts of a gang that are fighting each other, and as you know, these guys have high-powered weapons and are not afraid to use them on each other. So basically you have a gang war going on. We have given additional resources into the area to Mr. Chambers. He's being supported by a number of formations. At the moment, and for some time now, we haven't had any shooting here. It was earlier on. We actually ended up with two people shot and killed, and then one fatally shot by a police officer in the conflict, and a weapon recovered. Earlier on today, one of the persons who was released recently in the trial, we arrested him with two firearms, and he may be somehow involved in this process as well. So we've recovered three firearms and captured, well, one fatally and one other since today. We also are doing operations in other divisions to support what is happening here, because we're aware of the connectivity across various parishes and with different groups of people as it impacts this. And well, as you know, the main way we disrupt gangs are really to bring gang cases. And so we've been bringing large gang cases to the courts. We have to continue that. We also have to continue the operational activities that we do against them and to recover the guns from them. I mean, in the first, 10, 12 days of this month, we already covered 45 guns off of the road. So we're at them and we're taking their means, but there are a lot of guns out there. We find as well that persons who we take off of the road with guns are back on the road very quickly, and we're taking them off again with other guns. So that's part of what we're targeting.
Welcome back again to the channel. So defense question extortion claims in gang trial. The prosecution in the Clangs 0rders gang trial yesterday conceded that it had no evidence to support claims made by its own two main witnesses that the criminal entity had been extorting taxi drivers, bus drivers and vendors in St. Catherine. Chief Justice Brian Sykes raised the issue after one of the prosecutors in the responding to the no-case submission for defendant Donovan Richards sought to convince the court that he was one of the gang's extortion collector. The prosecutor reiterated that it was evidence of the gang's banker that the gang maimed and extorted people in Spanish Town. That the same witness, he recalled, had explained to the court how the extortion money was spent, but Sykes questioned whether the ex-gangster had seen Richard in the act. He said loosely and questioned whether the Crown had any witness who had observed the alleged gangsters collecting the money. No one has come forward to say, I am a taxi operator and I was extort into paying extortion. The judge stated he further pointed out that the witness could not speak to his understanding of Richard's role, but that there is no supporting evidence from a victim or independent witness. The prosecutor stressed that the witness had emphasized that he was a part of the extortion, but the judge said the witness will need to speak to, at the very least, conduct in order to meet the stationary standard at its best. What we have is how the money comes into the coffers. This is the difference between intelligence and gathering evidence, the judge added. During the trial, the court had heard from two former gangsters that the gang was heavily involved in extortion and that the money was used to fund the gang's lifestyle and criminal activities. The court had also heard that businesses and construction sites were also extorted, and that one occasion the gang had burned down a financial institute after the owner had refused to pay. The Crown is expected to wrap up its response to the no-case submission that was made for 24 of the remaining 28 defendants today when the trial resumed in the Home Circuit Court. Some viewers, there have been a curfew imposed in Spanish Town. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Spanish Town following a flare-up of violence in the old capital. The curfew begins at 6 on Tuesday and will run in place until Thursday. At the least, 3 people were taken out and multiple others injured in a gun attack across Spanish Town on Tuesday afternoon. There had been an upsurge in violence across the Saskatchewan North Division, with a number of knockings and clappings reported in the area recently. Yeah man, a whole heap of knockings and clappings are going on in Spanish Town for true. Yeah man, yesterday show that, trust me, a whole heap of people get knocked up. So make we continue now. Deadly violence in Old Capital as gun attack captured on CCTV footage as CCTV footage surface of the gun attack that sent people scampering in the busy Spanish Town Market District in the Saskatchewan. On Tuesday afternoon, the police beefed up their presence in the Old Capital and imposed a 48-hour curfew in some of the communities to get a handle on the apparent spiraling violence. In the incident captured on the CCTV footage, 2 people were taken out, but it was an overall day in or near Spanish Town Tuesday with a fire at the administrative building of the courthouse in the Old Capital added to the tempo. Hours after the gun attack in the Market District, another shooting incident in Joblin, Commissioner of Police Major General Anderson was on the ground with members of the Jamaica Constable Force early this month. 4 people were shot in Tarspen, and prior to that incident, 2 others were taken out on Johns Road. While the police have said investigators are currently ongoing, they have cited gang conflict as being behind the spate of violence in and around Spanish Town. As a result, the rail lane, St. John's Road, Tarspen, Job Lane, and areas that are now under curfew. The police commissioner also provided an update on the fire at the court building, saying that the courthouse would be open for business on Wednesday. The Court Administration Division has since issued a press release on the fire that damaged a section of the court's roof. Kedisha Fletcher, Director of the Client Service Communication and Information at the Courthouse Administration Division, said the damage to the building was not significant. The fire was contained to the roof of the building. It did not affect the interior of the building. As a result, no files were damaged. Staff had left for the day, and we are grateful no one was injured, Fletcher said. So viewers, just continue to like, share, comment and subscribe. Turn on the post notification.